It's been a tug of war for the past few days as winter competes with spring for dominance over Japan's weather. Winter may not be done, and we may expect another blast before it bows out. But for this week, we actually have a warming trend on tap. Let's see what's happening with this and everything else in Soracast for today, March 16th, 2026. We are in for a period of variable weather this week as we head toward the vernal equinox. Well, that's the big term that we use for spring, right? Spring will officially start from an astronomical perspective in Japan at 11:56 p.m. this coming Friday, March 20th. Equinoxes, of course, they happen twice a year, and when it does happen, both the northern and the southern hemisphere get approximately the same amount of daylight and darkness. 12 hours apiece. After the equinox, of course, the nights will begin to shorten here in the northern hemisphere, and the days will be getting longer until the summer solstice on Sunday, June 21st. And that's when we're going to get the longest daylight of the year. Of course, along with that come the summer temperatures and all the other good stuff that we have as we get our run up to summer. The skies around Japan were mostly pleasant today with temperatures just a little bit above normal, although we had a few showers around the Kanto area very early this morning. Look at this on the national radar as of 1600, that is 4 p.m. today. No rain anywhere. And if you look closely, you can see some pink specks around Hokkaido, and that is a little blip of snow flurries up there. The nice weather here will last through Wednesday. Come Wednesday morning, a small low pressure system will begin to develop off the east coast of China and move toward Japan, reaching Kyushu by Wednesday early evening, bringing with it a few bands of rain showers. The system will grow through the evening hours of Wednesday, and by midnight Thursday, rain is expected to cover a pretty large area of the country south of a line from Shizuoka to Nagano, with the potential of snowfall in higher elevations. Some rain may be expected to stick around through midday Friday along the Kanto Plain. And as we wake up on Thursday, get ready for the last morning rush of the week, remembering that Friday is a national holiday here. Bands of rain are expected to cover much of the nation, from all the way up north in Akita, way down to Kumamoto. And although it will bring widespread rain, the low will not be particularly powerful. There may be some locally heavy periods of rain here and there, but most of the sky water that this storm will be bringing will be in the light to moderate category. However, again, we are still way behind our rainfall totals on the Pacific side of the country, so any rain in whatever form and in whatever quantity is more than welcome. Temperatures today were a bit warmer than normal, and that pattern will probably hold through this week. We can kind of get an idea of what to expect by looking at the 1500 temperature movie here. The 1500 meter is a favorite of mine because you can see larger, more widespread temperature movements, but this chart is not affected by the highs and lows on land like surface maps are. Look here at the temperature profile on March 18th at 6 p.m. So take a look here at the temperature profile of March 18th coming up at 6 p.m. and let's compare it against the pressure profile. At that time, we will have a strong high pressure system coming up, and this is a perfect example how pressure movements can affect temperatures not only at the surface but also aloft, which in turn can bring significant changes to the weather. Overall, temperatures are warming up. Again, as I have said, we could get a late last blast of winter, but with each passing day, the odds of that do diminish bit by bit. It wouldn't be unheard of, but it is looking increasingly unlikely. So let's take a look at the 6-day forecast and see what we have in store. And this week, of course, we also expect the first buds of the cherry blossoms to bloom. The buds, of course, they don't work on an exact schedule, of course, and some of the early flowers have already come out, but the first blooms are widely expected to peak out between Wednesday and Thursday of this week. This year's sakura, they're actually coming in about 4 to 7 days earlier than normal because of Japan's relatively warm winter. Take a look at this chart here, courtesy of our good friends over at Weather News, and you can see when we expect the buds to bloom nationwide. And that is pretty much it for this edition of Soracast for today, March 16th, 2026. Hey, as always, if you like weather and science related content coming out of Japan, you just go on and stoink that like button. We are getting more subscribers, and that really does my heart good, gives us something to work for, right? Hey, I hope you guys have a great week, and we will be updating soon, and we'll talk to you later. Peace out. Cheers, guys.